Perfect. Oh, let me get rid of the moon because that sometimes gets in the way. It's like the same idea as Mihara. Her memory was right, but she's still Marion. Yes. Yes. Alright, and then let me get my... Oh, there it is. Already there. Perfect. Mr. Axel forgot about co-op! That happened last night, I think? It started last night? I think I'm already a day ahead. The reason why you could say that they are quote-unquote different is so that that so-called age regression in terms of personality after coming out of corruption. Same person, different name, awareness of how she was, and it could be argued as Cindy being controlled, but that doesn't seem to be the situation. Yeah, at the end of the day, same. They are same. Okay. Ooh, I do want to... Hold on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to bring up. I wanted to bring up my... channel, chapter 39. Yes, the very short chapter of chapter 39. Okay, if we need to reference things, I'll go back and reference things. Hi Nate, how you doing? I instantly did Solar Ray because I assumed it was it will always get taken down. Hello Maddie Vinyl, how you doing? Welcome in. Okay. Let me zoom in a little bit. We're at that 200% right now. We're at 200%. Let me do this. We got chapter 39. Huzzah. Let me make sure that's not too big on the thing. Oh no, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I love this game so much even though I'm only on chapter 8. Ah, you got this! You got this! Are you excited for the recollab? I am. I'm just hoping that it's in February and it's not anytime soon. Because at the rate that they've been going, they've been doing too much. The new stickers look great. Thank you. Thank you. I like all them side stories. Wait, what? All them side stories? I forget you haven't done those? What do you mean? We have done the side stories. It said coming soon, I believe. Right, coming soon, it could either mean this year or next year, or it doesn't really say when, but I'm just saying I hope it's not this year because they're already doing too much right now. So if they were to do it the same time that Resident Evil Requiem is releasing in February, I think that would be a better time. I hope they add Claire. I hope they have Jill and they have Ada Wong, to be honest. Claire is just, I'm kind of meh about Claire. In Outpost, all the speech bubbles are side stories for units. See, I don't call those side stories. Those are called Outpost stories. Side stories are like the second affection stuff. That's why I was like, I have done them. Jill is already confirmed. True. I really want Claire and Ada. I mean, we'll see. We'll see when they release it. Okay. Let me see. All right. How do we want to start this? We want to start with like Ziz and Levi in the mouth of inside the mouth of Whaley. We're just gonna do one of these things. I don't know if that's supposed to be like teeth or like lips, but like we're doing something. Da, 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 da. And bold. Let me see. She's got like blondish hair, so I'll do this. And then Ziz has like what, pink? Is it like pink or is it more red? I think it's pink. It's pink. Oh, that's not pink. Hello, pink. Okay. How does that look zoomed out though? Oh, that's perfect. Okay. All right, so yeah, they are, honestly, I thought it was something else for a second. No, Ryoku is not a Ussie. I know exactly what you were thinking. It's not a Ussie. Okay, so we got Leviathan and Ziz that got eaten by Whaley. And then they meet Reptilian, our boy. Where's the Ussie? Oh my god. Let's see. Reptilian has got like the car, right? Like this. But he's also got like the little legs and stuff too. So he's got like this contraption. Does the car even have wheels? No, it doesn't. Hi Wish, how you doing? It's the scooter car. Okay. So then they meet Reptilian. Reptilian basically like befriends them. And they don't really talk about much, do they? Except that like he talks about the raptures that he's kind of like made friends with. Okay, let's see. I don't feel like there was anything too crazy with the meeting between Ziz, Leviathan, and Reptilian. I'm just like looking through the VOD because I don't think there really is anything too crazy. Okay. Hi Lay, how you doing? Alright, and then pretty much after that, we have... This is the part where we get launched from the freaking air. Raptors have somewhat evolved, but that was about it. Yeah, he talked about how he could like, you know, speak to one now, I think is what it was, is that he could like talk to... He can like talk to Raptor, or like some of the Raptors can speak. Or was that in a Lost Relic? I feel like that was in a Lost Relic that Reptilian was like, I'm able to talk to some of them. Maybe it was both. Probably a little bit of both. Alright, and then we have over here, I'm going to draw this. This is the ground. And then this is Whaley here. Pew, pew. God, freaking Whaley. Okay, and then over here we have it was Maxwell that was going to shoot us, and Roppy, we were like in a skyrocket. She was going to like launch, they were gonna launch us into like a skyrocket, right? Okay, I'm gonna draw the commander. Is that what they called it? I'm flying through the sky in a rocket. Oh yeah, this is the part where he was like, I'm a bona fide rocket man. I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me see. Okay. There's a transport pod. Did they say what the shape of the transport pod was? Because I feel like I'm actually gonna draw a rocket. I think it was in Side Story that he said he can replicate their sounds to speak to them. But then he like confirmed that they were able to speak the human language though. Like in this chapter. That's why I was like, I don't know if it was him or if it was the Lost Relic that was that told us that he could speak with them using human language. Do a rocket? I feel like we're shooting Whaley down though. I gotta draw like a window. Hold on. I'm gonna draw a window. Or maybe I will just draw this as the commander. Draw that as the commander, and then I'll draw this as Red Roppy. There. And then we'll just draw like little... Here. Maybe we just do something like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so they're getting shot into... Okay, Maxwell is shooting us over into Whaley. Maxwell's right there! I'm just having her on the ground. She can just get... She launches herself too. It's fine. She can't fit in the rocket in this one. It's too bad. Right now it's only Commander and Roppy. There's not enough room for Maxwell. She makes it on the Whaley eventually though. A dope whale. Thank you. Thank okay. So they are getting launched by Admire's thing. They get shot up into Whaley. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend that she made it up there with everybody. Okay. Oh, and then later the other two, our favorite villain and our favorite, let's see, our favorite villain, not Maxwell, Drake and Laplace also get shot into freaking on top of Whaley too. Let's see, we'll have... I'll draw them with... Okay, so I'll draw Drake here. I know she has white hair, but white hair is not going to show, so she's going to have gray. And then Laplace is going to have her Sailor Moon. But they're also like dying because they were like screaming so much in the rocket. And Maxwell was having a great time because she was just like, oh, you guys can't freaking speak? My favorite villain, Laplace the Window Smasher. I know, I don't think she's ever fixed an entire window. Any window that she's ever smashed. Well, for what Max does, you sure she isn't slightly a villain? That's why she's a little bit of both. She's a little bit of villain, she's a little bit of hero, so she's like a little bit of these two. And then I'm going to draw... this. Ding, ding, ding. He basically did. Okay. This is the thing about like chapter 39 though, is like I made the comment that this chapter was so short, but there were so many like other things that happened after the chapter. But the stuff on Whaley I felt like was extremely short. Okay. So after they make it on top of Whaley, this is when we eventually meet Nayuda. Nayuda, the monk. Let's see. She's got a lot of stuff. I might just draw her with her hat though. So let's see. We're gonna draw this. And her hat, which is like this. Da-da-na-na. Okay. All right, that's not that's Nayuta. She's got let's see, she's got like her hair in a ponytail. So we'll just draw like a little hair ponytail coming out of here. And then she's got like little bangs there. That looks like a mustache. Always remember Camel-kun. No, she lost her camel. You know what? I don't even think she lost it. I am pretty sure her camel left her. Because she gets lost so much, I'm pretty sure the camel was just like, you know what? I had a great time. We're peacing out. Because knowing what we know about her now, I was like, my goodness. Okay. The thing about Nayuta though is that she also knows the Pioneer Squad, which I thought was kind of huge. So Nayuta, let's put Pilgrim and I'm gonna draw 2, 3. Should I put Dorothy in there too? Or should I leave Dorothy out? Okay. Put that a little bit there. Okay, and then how do I draw drunk? I would say leave out. She wasn't a goddess. Dorothy's inherit, not pioneer. Oh, that's right, because that happened. Yeah, that's different. After they kind of went their separate ways. For the time being, yeah. I mean, she was still a goddess, but in regards to pioneer, oh, hold on, let me do this. And then let's see. Also gotta give you like white. I don't know. I'll give you like a little purplish. Alright, and that'll be Scarlet for that one, giving her a little bit of purplish though. Could draw a sake bottle next to her. That's true. I could just draw a bottle of alcohol. Beep, 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 beep. Why does it not click on the color when I... Okay. Let's draw an arrow there. So this shows that there's like a relation, that she knows who they are. Okay, so we got our first line. We got our first line of the mind map. Perfect. Oh, this is when we learn how she knows about them. She said that Rapunzel was freaking drawing Prawn of the commander. Oh my god, we can't leave that out. Hold on. Hi Theo, how you doing? Let's see. This is very important for the mind map. So we gotta add this here. Draw the heart eyes again. And then I'm going to take... how do I... How do I... Draw this. Make that like a little pencil. Rappy's first in line for the Triple X book. I wonder what positions Commander was posing in the prawn. Yeah, I don't know. But the fact that she was just like, she did a really good job drawing all of these things. Rapunzel's doodling Commander's Tumblr. Jesus Christ. It's both crazy and just like Rapunzel to elude us. Hopefully what she gave Marion was not a compilation of all of her drawings. Oh my god. Red Rappy wanted it all for herself. I know. Rappy was like, yo, can I get a copy? Can I get a copy of this? I'm going to draw there. Okay, you see where the placement of the pencil is, right? You see where the placement of the pencil is? It's literally right in the crotch of that drawing. So this is Rapunzel literally just she's drawing the commander doing things. She's doing the things. Let's see. Okay. The other ones that she talked about, she said that she like that we partook in fertilizer with Scarlet, which that wasn't the case though. Let's see. Okay, so then they do introductions. Laplace and Drake are still dying because they can't freaking talk still. Then we kind of like have our one-on-one question with Nayuta. Okay, she drops this big name. She says, do you know of the profound? And then she mentions deep, just like out of freaking nowhere. So I'm going to put in here. Profound? Question mark? And does the name Deep ring a bell? It possesses ancient technologies and ancient secrets. So she doesn't really say, she just asks if we know the profound, but then she says, do you know of Deep? And then that's when we proceed to say no. Because technically we don't, but as a viewer we do. But like Rappy and all of them, they don't know about Deep. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this because she doesn't explicitly say if the profound is Deep. But I'm just gonna draw that there is Deep mentioned. Yeah, only the player really knows. Okay, so yeah, we have the profound, we have Deep mentioned. A culmination of the craft is so long pursued now resided with Rappy. Okay, and I think they're specifically talking maybe about Red, or I'm wondering when she says that though, when she says the culmination of the craft it's so long pursued now resideth within Rappy, do you think that they mean Red Hood, or do you think that they mean the fusion of cores? I'm assuming it's the fusion of cores. When they say that the craft, the culmination of their craft, is probably talking about the fusion of the cores. So we're gonna draw two balls. Oh, I'm gonna draw one that's like blue. And then I'm gonna draw one that's like red. Like that. To kinda signify that there's two different ones. And then they're gonna hold hands. They're holding hands. There we go. The symbiosis. Yeah, Maxwell was like, we don't know what deep is. What are you talking about? Symbiosis, destruction. We have no idea. So symbiosis is when the cores are hand-holding inside of a NIKKE. Okay. Alright, so profound deep gets mentioned. They talk about the symbiosis of the two cores. And then it immediately switches over to Reptilian showing Ziz. And Leviathan, the vegetable garden. So I'm gonna draw the line here. Draw the car. Pink. There. Alright, so like Reptilian. There. Ziz. Da, 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 da. I need to make sure I'm not doing this too small. Okay. Make sure that it's big enough. Maybe I need to do this at 200%. Jesus. Alright, yeah, 200% is a little bit better. Alright, so Ziz and Leviathan, and he shows the garden. So I'm gonna draw like stalks here. I'm gonna draw like corn. We're using our make-believe that this is corn. Maybe I draw it like this because the corn's got the little husks. Yeah, that's corn. So yeah, we're just drawing a garden. Okay, and then he also talks to them about how, like, docile the raptures are, and that, like, the power of communication! I gotta draw more things, though. I gotta draw tomato. No, I'll draw like a pumpkin. Because, you know, it's almost spoopy season. Beep, beep, beanie, beanie, bee. Corn, are we in Nebraska? Didn't we say that that's... No, we didn't say Nebraska. We said Scranton. Never mind. Da, 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 da. Scranton. And then I'm gonna... Can we not get the color that I want? And we got like vines and stuff there. And we draw some grapes. Alright. So there, showed him his garden. He talked about how... Here, hold on. We need to communicate. We have got to communicate with the raptures. And the raptures we've been depicting as these little things. Bink. Da, 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 da. The raptures are actually docile, so... Should we give them green eyes then? Let's give them green eyes so they don't look so evil. Oh, look how cute they are! And then I'm gonna put in blue. Communication. Ooh, there we go. Da, 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 da. Bye, Lily. Thanks for hanging out. Communication can turn them docile. Because they don't need to attack humans. They don't have the need to, like, attack humans. There isn't, like, the big need. I'm pretty sure that they mentioned that, like, later on, whether it is this chapter or was in the 40 chapter, but... Alright. Speaking... Alright, then it goes back to Nayuda. Is this the part where she gets lost? I think so. Innocent instead of taking us on a wild goose chase. Oh yeah, this is the part where she's like getting us all lost. Good job, Nayuda. Dun-dun. Show them cheeks. I know. She's like, oh no, if we were to get lost, it'd be crazy if I were to get like a spanking. So let me draw Nayuda real quick. Da, 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 da. Which is crazy to me that they would even bring up that. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised because we've already dealt with people like Rapunzel, but it's just like. Oh, where's my brush mark? To this. Question mark? Does she know the way? How do I draw? How do I? I'm trying to draw cheek without like. Yo, that's a nice cheek though. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me. Da, da, da. And then I'm gonna draw a little, like a handprint there. Actually, let me do this. So she has a little freaking ooh-woo phase. Because she was like, maybe I could get, you know, spanked if I go in the wrong direction type thing, so. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, okay. That is like, it's almost like she wanted to get punished, so. Okay. Oh, then, like, but she also gets lost because she kind of just, like, she kind of just gets distracted. So she saw, like, a butterfly, like a rust butterfly, like something that was, like, handcrafted. And she was like, look at the pretty butterfly. And Robbie was like, we don't have time for this. We gotta freaking go find Reptilian. Da, 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 da. It's kind of like that meme of that guy that, like, in that anime that was, like, holding his hand out to a butterfly, but everyone is like, is this something that's not even freaking right? They said it was rust colored, but I'll make it brown. Da, 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 da. So she kind of just has like an ADD moment where she's just like, no, actually the ADHD moment, because she's just like, I'm all over the place. I don't know directions. Oh, we gotta keep writing down. I forgot the lost relics that we were finding. Hold on. Ah! Oh, okay. It was actually around this time. It was around this time that we found that lost relic that talked about what they found inside of Whaley. Da, 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 da. Lost relic. Da, da, da. Okay, so inside Whaley. Reptilians notes in Pinocchio's diary. Yeah, the great discovery, the neatly written record is what I'm referencing. Specifically this right here. This lost relic that we found, which talked about what they found inside of Whaley. That's what I'm referencing specifically. So I don't know how else to draw this though, because they said that it's not a child. Well, they said it's a child, but it's not human or NIKKE or a rapture, so I just want to draw like an egg. Da, 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 da. Yo, that's a nice egg! That's got a little bump right there, but that's a nice egg! Okay. And I'm going to draw like a person. Like inside. Inside there. Okay. Do inside this. So it's not, okay, and then it's not human, NIKKE, or rapture. So let me write that down. Human, NIKKE, or rapture. So we like have no idea what this is, except that it's a child. Da, da, da. Okay. Okay. Then we get in. Okay, ever since we found that lost relic, then we got into some crazy stuff where she's starting to talk about freaking us being number 7 and the great experiment and everything and all of this. Did she talk about VOD house? Like all of this crazy stuff. Let's see. What does she ask though? What's the very first question though? Oh, it's because she learned that we healed really fast. Yeah, she asked about the commander having the superhuman healing. Da, 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 da. All right, so the commander over here. We're gonna draw the little pluses of health. And then Nayuta over here is like, wait, Nani, how are you doing this? Da, da, da. She's like, how? Who? That doesn't look like an exclamation. Hold on. Or a question mark. Bing bing. Okay. So she asks how we are healing so fast. Hast thou ever been grievously ill in times past? Okay. And then she... How do I want to draw this? Naya seems to have an adaptive personality where she takes on traits of those she associates with and doesn't understand why we are activating. Why we are activating? Wait, activating what? The healing? So maybe she doesn't know about Marion. I don't think she does. I feel like she missed all of the parts with Marion. So like, we had talked about how there was the monk in Last Kingdom that had modified Crown's freaking Naked King. But I'm pretty sure that would have been before Marion. And then Marion showed up, and then I'm assuming that Nayuta had already left by then. So I don't think they ever, like, actually crossed paths. That's just based off of assumption. Okay, so then let me draw... Oh, we gotta go down now. Okay. Let me draw her down here. I'm gonna draw like a... It looks like a freaking stovepipe. I wanted that to be like a freaking thermometer taking his temperature. And it just looks like he's freaking smoking a pipe. Now, you know, I found out next set of chapters, Spiner is still traveling from Last Kingdom. The Marion stuff was by herself. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing, is like, I don't know if they would go back to the Last Kingdom. Beep, beep, beam. Maybe I should draw like 6? Question mark? Okay, and then we draw that. And then she asks about freaking Vop House. Which is, it kind of came out of nowhere, but she was just like straight up. Vop House? Oh, she was like Vop House, and then she also was asking like what number we were. Number? Which number art thou? Oh, subject number. That's what she says. She specifically says subject number. Let me do this. Subject number. Okay. So we got subject number, Vop House. Then we start freaking out because we're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? The gene could not be roused as of yet. The Gene Reaper would not abide in idleness. So we're just gonna put here. Da, 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 da. Like, how the fuck do you know? How does she know? How does she know? Okay. I like how she also talked about that, like, we like bloomed too early. I was like, did we hit puberty too early? Meanwhile, Maxwell is strangely quiet. It was kind of odd that they had her like in the background, like behind Nayuta, and yeah, nothing was being said, but like, I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised, just, you know, you gotta deal with the other two as well. Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay. Then she talks about the Gene Reaper. She drops that big name. We have no idea who that is. Gene Reaper. Okay. But then that's like immediately right after she told us about the Gene Reaper, that's when the Eden Spear like came out of nowhere and just freaking went kaboom. Let me draw. There's Whaley. The Eden Spear was like this blue, right? So I'm just gonna draw like blue streaks in the sky. Maybe a couple of this blue. Da, da, da. And everyone's on top of Whaley like, oh my god, what the heck was that? Da, da. Okay, Eden Spear. Guessing the spear was for Liberalia. Maybe she floated down from the space station. I'd be curious if that's where she came from though. I don't know. I don't know if that's where she resides or maybe she was just kind of following Whaley and the Eden Spear was just like, nah, we ain't doing that today. But yeah, I can only assume that's what the Eden Spear was for. Like, they were probably tracking Liberalio and it kind of made sense that they were shooting at her, not realizing that, like, now she's on top of Whaley. But, okay. So that was the... Da, da, da. Okay, then Ziz and Leviathan also see it too. Da, da, da. It's my friend. Oh, that's when Reptilian was like, I want to show you guys to my friend. He doesn't say who, though. Okay, and then that starts the boss fight and then goes straight into Neon's chapter. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at Eden Spear. I feel like the Reptilian interaction of like, hey, come see my friend was, that's okay. We can leave that out. When we get back to Eden soon, I need more Isabel and Haran. Look, there's a lot that we need to get back to. Like, The they've left us hanging with a lot of stuff. Where is the major story arcs? They've left us with a lot. Here's Eden right here. Da, 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 da. We got a lot of stuff that they gotta touch on. Yeah, they'd probably talk about Nayuta Pinocchio. Probably Pinocchio. Most likely. Since he didn't know that we were there yet. Until chapter 40. Ba-ba-da-bum. Okay. I'm going to... Now, let me draw a line. I'm gonna cheat, and I'm actually gonna draw... with it. Huh? Wait! I was supposed to get the line tool. Hello? Da, 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 da. Okay. And then I'm gonna put... Let's see. Da, 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 da. Neon. Here. Intermission chapter, not really a chapter. I mean, I kind of call them their own arcs, like Neon's arc and Anisa's arc. Since they're not really a part of like the quote-unquote chapter, they're just like the in-between. But I'm breaking it up so that it's just by each of the counters type thing. Let's see. Okay, so Neon meets up with Exotic. We learn that EH is back.
Nix 3100.
Nix, how you doing?
Subscribed.
Oh, it's been 4 months, or 4 months, sorry. It's been 4 years already. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you so much for 4 years. Thank you. Thank you for your resub. I appreciate you. Beep, beep, beep. All right, let's go. Let's see. Neon is meeting up with... Hey, I think that's actually a good Neon. That's perfect. Maybe I should draw her hat too. I can draw like her little hat. Hell yeah! Okay, that's the best Neon ever. Okay. All right. So we got Neon meets up with... They all have freaking like blonde hair. Ugh. Can we get different hair colors for these people? Liz, it's not good for the mind map. I need some variety. Because even though, well, Viper only has the blonde, but Jackal has the pink ends though. Okay, so let's do... She's got like the dirty blonde. And she's got like... Her pigtails like start down here though. She's got like the low pigtails. I'm just gonna give her like a big mouth. There you go. Hi, Renner! Jeffrey Viper has two little pink horns. I guess so. I'm not gonna draw that in everything though, but this is just getting them kind of situated. It's really hard to see that pink. Okay. And then they are in... They're in the outer rim. Hi, Nolly, how you doing? Scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for EH? Muscle Lady number 2? I mean, is she Muscle Lady? We only seen her with her outfit on. We don't actually know what she looks like underneath. She just got a crap ton of armor on her. Ba-ba-da-bum. Doing great, how are you? How's the mind map going? It's going! I'm trying to remember like all the important details so like we don't miss out on stuff. But I know that there was a lot of like, especially at the end of 40, there were so many questions that I had. Okay, so Neon needs. Draw that straight across. So Neon needs to find like a producer. Did they say she needed to find like a manager or was it just a producer? A composer. Composer for... Didn't each design have some like robot dog alongside her? Maybe, but in regards to what she like looks like though, like we've only seen her with her like her armor. So we don't actually know what she looks like underneath. For Anise. Bing, bing. Okay. So yeah, she's looking for somebody that can... Oh, hold on. Let me save this real quick. I feel like my computer's... Hold on. Save as... Chapter 39... Mind map. Yeah, all that hard work and it fucking disappears. I'd be so mad. A section there, there's on an arm, particularly her belly. It looks like she might be packing abs. Her arm does not show. It shows her forearm. Her forearm does not look like it's very muscular at all, because usually on females the forearms aren't that muscular. But let's see. Trying to find... Okay, that's the name. Ephialtes. So the name that I could not figure out how to freaking say. Da, 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 da. Okay, so then Viper says... She does have like a little pin in her hair too. I'm actually gonna draw this red so you can actually kind of like see. Okay. Ephialtes. The Epipenties. What? We're either getting a new unit event announcement later tonight or it's going to be tomorrow. Yeah, Saturday for them would be tonight for us. So we'll see if it's gonna be bunny stuff or most likely bunny stuff if that's what they're gonna be doing for September, but I swear if it's gonna be freaking... I don't think it's gonna be limited. I don't think any of the bunnies have been limited, but they need to slow down. They need to slow their roll. Bam. Okay. and let me draw Ephialtes, and then... Da, 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 da. I gotta draw... More likely, not limited. Last bunnies were put into regular banner, being Bunny, Soda, and Alice. Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, I don't think they're gonna be limited, so it might be one of those things where I'm probably just gonna have to freaking skip out again. Ephialtes is... How do I want to draw, like... like a club. But it has like, she said that the security in Ephialtes was like insane. Da, 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 da.
Smidorn just
Stormy!
subscribed. Monthly drop-in and arties showing off masterpieces to make her mind map. Classic.
Thank you so much for 32 years! Thank you! Thank you for your resub! Absolute Event still has 11 days left, so might not get any new announcement until next weekend. True. They could. I don't know if they would tease it or if they would announce it yet, but we'll see. Da, da, da. My favorite part of chapter 40 was Viper. What about chapter 39? Yeah, years, Stormy. That's a lot. That's a lot. 32 years is crazy. That's crazy. That's a long time to be subbed. That's insane. I appreciate it though. Yeah, she said it was even higher than many places in the arc. Yeah, I was trying to see how I could draw like a bouncer of the club, but like I don't know. Okay, and then this is when. How do I want to do this? Okay, Exotic's new leader is... And she's got like the red streaks that come out of her hair down there. And she always looking like she ain't get a lot of sleep. Poor EH, bro. Dude, she looks like she hasn't gotten sleep in like ages. Da, 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 da. I gotta somehow do the eye bags, man. She's permanently miserable. I feel bad. I feel bad. Da, 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 da. EH! So looking at a typical college student. Surprisingly, I didn't look like that in college. I feel like I look like that now, like as an adult. I look more and more like EH every day. Do you ever have sleep? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm seeing more of Moran. Moran doesn't have eye bags though. But they do. The thing is that Moran also has like bangs that cover her entire forehead, and EH has like the side bangs, like these ones here. Beam. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know how to depict this part. Because after EH finally, like, showed herself as being, like, the new leader of Exotic, Neon, surprisingly, went very, 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 very serious in regards to how she was talking to the members of EH. Like, she specifically said that I don't think the punishment was nearly harsh enough. And she straight up was just like, I don't trust you guys. I don't trust you guys. You guys are like you guys haven't paid your dues, like, your punishment needed to be worse, like that type of thing. And I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like where is this coming from? This again goes back to my theory of that. I want to say that Deep is using Neon as a mouthpiece and is using her as like a drone, as a way to like probe what's going on in the surface. And then for some reason, Deep, having seen everything that was going on through Neon, straight up was just like speaking through her, and it was just like, y'all freaking suck. Like, y'all freaking suck. But at the same time, I feel like Deep is also an organization slash the person of Deep that we've met so far in the story. At the same time, I feel like she wouldn't do or say things like that too. I feel like she wouldn't really care because they've done some pretty crazy stuff when it comes to experiments. So I don't know. But it just seemed so out of place for Neon. Maybe the gang isn't around for her to filter her. Neon really said the higher-ups went easy on her. The silly happy-go-lucky Neon was suddenly spitting facts and hitting her. Dude, she was just laying out facts. I think Deep has bigger things to do than get mad about the punishment. But that's what I mean. Like, there's a part of me that's like, Deep is using Neon in a sense of like I said, a drone, but at the same time, I don't think she would actually care about stuff that they do because Deep, as an organization, has done worse. And by like what Nayuda had said, what'd she say in I think it was maybe in chapter 40? No, I think it was in this one where she talked about like the fusion and symbiosis of like what was inside of Rappi, which just means that they were probably also doing experiments too. So I wouldn't be surprised that Deep had some sort of play, whether knowingly or unknowingly, had some sort of play with MMR experiments, but it just seemed very out of character for Neon. So I'm going to draw Neon as like her happy-go-lucky self, and then I'm gonna draw her as like being super serial. So we got this. Be like super happy. And then I also giggled when she straight up skipped Jackal on the verbal beatdowns. It's like, don't worry about it. Just leave Jackal out of it. It's fine. It's fine. I think Deep is using Neon in some way, but not speaking directly in that sense. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of torn with my theory, because it's like, I think she is using Neon to kind of see what's going on in the surface. If she's down like in the basement and, you know, she can't really like leave and she's just trying to figure out what's going on out there. But so that's why I think the glasses are kind of like those like the hidden camera type stuff. So that she can see what's going on, but she can't actually like do anything through her. But okay, so then we got Neon with her happy-go-lucky self turning super serial. Let's see. What else? Okay. This is also the part where we meet the two NIKKEs. We meet, what are they called? They're like eternity and something. Eternal, endless and eternity. Let's see. Endless is the purple one. So let me draw. Oh, that's not purple. Dark purple. There we go. And eternity is the white one, but I'm gonna use gray so you guys can actually see. Imagine if I tried to draw it white and you're like, where is she? She's like, you can't see her. Okay. And they got cool little... They don't look like peacock tails, but they got that like little feather thingies. Da -da -da -dum. They look like they're about to power up with their Super Saiyan stuff. Okay, so we have Eternity. And we have Endless. And we were thinking, okay, because they said that they looked very similar to, very similar to NIKKE. Ba-ba-da-bam. Where was the mind map that I had? Hold on. I want to do like a little, like a reference mark. How do I do this? Major story arc. And that one is in reference to this one. So we had, before we even did chapter 39 and 40, we were talking about major story arcs that, or like plot points that Shift Up just kind of left us on red with. And NIKKE talking about how she wanted to have like her own like NIKKEs. This was literally what we drew. And sure enough, she has her own NIKKEs now. So let me draw. Da, 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 da. I think I drew her looking pretty miserable. Da, 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 da. And she's got the little halo thingy, just da, 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 da. Okay. Da, da, bam. Determined that the Outer Rim was responsible for the attack on the Ark, and they are meant to keep tabs. If you equip a weapon or start to plot an attack of some sort, they suddenly show up and they start busting heads. Oh god. These two robots don't have nymphs because they are straight up killing humans. Yeah, that's what Viper was saying. Viper was saying, like, if you even equip a weapon, you straight up are being seen as a threat, and then you get taken out. So we should draw like headstones. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. R.I.P. Yeah, so they already killed 5 people. Da, 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 da. Rest in pizza. Oh my god. Dude, this chair is actually insanely uncomfortable. Ugh. Do any of you guys have freaking secret lab chairs? I thought these chairs were gonna be comfortable. They, in fact, are not. I feel like, because I like to sit cross-legged, and this chair is not wide enough for that. And I'm just like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to do this chair, man. Da, da, da. Okay. Ooh, we're getting to the bottom of this. So you need one without armrest. No, 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 no. I still need armrest. I need to be able to sit cross-legged though. That's the thing. That's the problem. I still need my armrest. No, I cannot have a chair without armrest. I love using freaking my armrest, but I can't. Oh, this is like the worst. They're built like racing seats than like office chairs. I know that someone had mentioned there was like an office chair, but it's like super expensive. The brand is like super expensive. I don't remember what it was called. It was like a Herman Miller? No, I'm making that up. I don't know what name it is. Oh, it is a Herman Miller. Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought I was making it up. I was like, is it called a Herman Miller? But apparently the seats are really, really wide for a Herman Miller. And so I was like, ooh, maybe I need to get that so that I can actually sit like cross-legged and then like it be comfortable. I've seen some with a little front part that you can swing around whenever you can do the cross-legged thing. In the front? Like a recliner chair type thing? I have a down next game chair and sitting in a few hours, my ass just hurts. The minute I stand up, I plan on looking for a comfy office one. Like, this one I can sit in for long periods, but like, I am most comfortable sitting cross-legged. But I can't do that. I can't really do that comfortably in this chair. Herman Miller chair costs $13. I know, that's why I said they are expensive. They are expensive. Okay. I was gonna draw a person here that had like a gun. And then... I feel like they have like little peacocks. They look like freaking porcupines. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Basically, that's it. Oh no, I didn't scroll all the way over. Wait, we gotta do surgery. Hold on. We gotta do surgery. Shoot. Hold on. Wait. I can do freeform. Yes. That's not freeform! Yes, it is. Freeform. I didn't scroll all the way over. I thought we were at the end. That's my bad. Ha! Look at that. Look at that. We just did some nice surgery fixing our mind map. Beautiful. Beautiful. Da, 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 da. Oh, I need my brush. That's a angry NIKKE. There we go. Okay. They don't discriminate. They attack humans and NIKKEs alike. And we don't even know what weapons they use. So that's what I'm saying. So I drew them as just like, they're just die. So we don't know how they die. They just die. Okay, let's back out and look at this real quick. Okay. It's coming along. Apparently they get vaporized. Yeah, based off of what Neon did, later on, it seemed like it. And they just get, like, reduced to dust. I don't know how I can, I don't know how to draw dust without it, like, not showing up. I would just draw, like... That's so hard to see on the mind map. It looks like... An urn? Nah, because that means you respect the dead. They don't respect the dead. We're not gonna put them in an urn. Da, 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 da. That's why I'm just depicting them as just being dead here. Da, 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 bam. A pool of black and brown specks. The specks are hard though, because the specks just look like this. That's kind of hard to see on the screen. So we'll just depict them as being dead. Okay. Ultra high heat device, but they don't know what it is. They only take action against hostility on the arc. Okay. Neon, she asked about Heavenly Ascension, but then Viper's like, they're kind of all dead. Da, da, da. Was that the end of Neon's thing? No, it wasn't. Oh, wait, this is the part where freaking EH talks about the Third Reclamation War. She even calls out EH because EH was like, oh yeah, never mind. And Neon was like, oh, no, we don't do that. There isn't a pile of ash emojis, so I had to make do. Okay. Like doo-doo? I'll see myself out. Yeah. EH was like, oh yeah, I got something important, but I'm not gonna tell you. And Neon was like, okay, how could you do this? Central government is gearing up for surface reclamation war. I thought it was a load of nonsense at first, but recent movements say anything but normal. Production at military factories has surged tens of times higher than normal. Okay, so let me zoom back in because I gotta do this. Yeah, she's got the quote-unquote connections. So let's go down here. Ooh, hold on. It's a little bit bigger. Oh my god, I keep making her worse every single time. EH, I am so sorry. Oh my gosh. Dude, she looks like she's definitely been through some. Oh my god. Let's see. She says connections. And then third reclam floor. Okay. I'm going to draw like a building. And then I'm just gonna draw a tank coming out of it. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Memories, welcome in! Like those ancient storytelling murals. 10 times reduction in insane rates, but what are they expecting? Did they modify and mass produce more, or is it still cannon fodder for them? No, they said that they made basically a different generation of Nikkes. They were replenishing their inventory, and she said no. The tech levels is leaps and bounds ahead, several generations beyond anything that they've made before. So like, this isn't just like we're making more mass-produced Nikkes, like they basically made like new generations, like it seems like, of Nikkes. And do it times 10. So is this the Nikke squad's level of power on... So is this like Nikke squad's level of power on mass-produced level? What do you mean by Nikke squads? Like counters and stuff? Like those types of squads? Not just new generation Nikkes, but Nikkes with abilities that are more than likely or possible on par with a pilgrim or even a heretic. They've gotten their hands on tech from somewhere else, and I think we were theorizing that it could possibly be Eden. There's no real reason to start pumping out better weapons or gear. Besides, the Ark has more firepower and tech now than has ever since it was founded. Optical camouflage is in their hands now, and then there is the commando unit. Imagine if central government recalled all mass-produced Nikkes to the scrapper. There'd be an open rebellion. Is there a narrative reason to the Nikke are pretty women? It's more of just that why they're women, yes. Because it's more of just like compatibility stuff. Like counters Matisse power but for mass-produced squads, like there's a big power gap between mass-produced Nikkes and other Nikkes. Yeah, that's what we were saying by different generation of Nikkes. Like the tech for them has just like improved exponentially. Eden or even possibly Enoch doing some sort of weird technological discovery and did some engineering with Rapture tech and Arc technology. I would be kind of surprised if she did that all on her own, which I don't think she did. Whether it was the help from Eden, like you said, or maybe MMR was doing experiments. Maybe, you know, maybe we aren't the only other experiments, maybe because, you know, we know that we're number 7, but we also don't know how many other numbers there are out there too. And like what all they have been working on. I don't want to say that she's gonna go down the route of working with like Chatterbox or like anyone at that level, but I at the same time would not be surprised, especially since we already know that she's made a deal with Chatterbox before. I wouldn't be surprised if she like made a deal with somebody and was just like, yeah, cool, yeah, let's do this. And then I'm going to draw this as just kind of depicting like mass-produced Nikkes just getting like Super Saiyaned. Bing, 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 bing. And you'll know that Commander will find some sort of way to woo the both of them. Beep, beep, beep. Let me back up real quick. Production of military factories has surged. Facilities directly controlled by the central government. So, okay, it's only facilities that are controlled by the central government that are... Central government. I'm just gonna put CG there. Yeah, because Neon was like, maybe they're just replenishing their inventory, and she was like, EH was like, no. Several generations beyond anything that they've made before. There has been some breakthrough, but she doesn't know what's going on. They've gotten their hands from tech from someplace. Okay. How do I want to depict new tech? Or like secrets? I want to depict secrets. I want to draw like the scroll of power. Da-da. Da-da-da-da. The scroll of power. All right, power, tech. That was given to... That was given to the Ark. But we don't know where it really came from. We're going to assume... Was Eden? Was it... Was it Enoch? Was it Rapture slash like heretics? Hi Freya, how you doing? Some breakthrough GN's experiments maybe. Oh yeah, let me put MMR here. So yeah, we got like Eden, was it Enoch, was it MMR, was it Raptors and Heretics, like trading secrets, like we don't know where this influx of tech came from. Secret. Maybe a microchip with a question mark. Oh, I could have done that. But the microchip would have been so much easier too, now that I think about it. Okay, so we got all this extra power and tech. We don't really know where it came from. At least EH doesn't know. But based off of our assumptions, it could have come from Eden. Eden mentioned here during the first part of chapter 39 with the Eden Spear. So that's a possibility. We know that Dorothy is kind of holding, what is it, Papillon, like hostage over in Eden, and I think she even gave the optical camouflage to Birmingham as like a trade-off for her to have like her own channel in the Ark. I think she already like gave that stuff away, so I wouldn't be surprised that like Dorothy also had something with this. So like Enoch could also do something crazy. She already has her own NIKKEs. MMR, of course, always doing their own experiments, so that's another thing. Enoch is, well, I kind of put Raptors and Heretics down here only because I don't know if the central government would go that far as to like trade secrets with any of them, but we know Enoch has, so that's, you know, that's definitely up her alley of doing that. Okay, so let me see. She said, yeah, EH has got her connections talking about Third Reclamation War. Old connections, that's what she said. She just says old connections. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. I'm going to also put... I'm not going to put it down here. I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to put Mrs. Miss. Was it Mrs.? No, it was a... Oh, that is right. Yeah, Mrs. miss. There we go. Because there's so many freaking different ways to spell misses, so I'm just like, what type of misses was it? Okay, let's back out for a second. Ah, look at this masterpiece. Okay, okay. So yeah, we got our chapter 39 section, we got our neon section. Now we need to continue on to the Anise section of chapter 39-ish. Since it's like the intermediate thing. So she is married and has an earring similar to Mustang's necklace. She has earrings. Her necklace is like the, what is it? The floofy disco ball type thing that's attached to Mustang's butt. It's that same thing. I don't know what to call that though. I don't know what to call the little floofy disco ball thing that is attached to his butt. But she has that on her jewelry, yeah. So she has the ring, she has earrings, and she has the necklace that matches everything that he has. Alright, let me, oops. Hello? Dude, my paint is not working today. My guy Mustang is married? We don't know that. We don't know if he's married. We're just making assumptions that they at least know each other. Maybe they were a fling. Who knows? This line is not straight. I need it to be straight. Oh, there we go. Perfect. It's called like a mirror ball. But how do you attach a mirror ball to your butt? Because he's definitely not wearing any harnesses to hold that up. That's literally just attached to... That's just attached to butt. Just a mirror butt. Either ex-wife or ex-lover or possibly both are wrong and the disco ball is just a staple for Tetra. Probably. Maybe that's just like the symbol like that they have for the entertainment stuff. We know that they know each other because they have some kind of talk at the end together, just not how. Da, da, da. Oh yeah, they definitely have their talk. Da, 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 da. The talk was at the end of chapter 40 though, I think. Mustang strong enough to carry that everywhere. That's what I'm saying. I think there's no logical way it can be attached there. That's we can't make logic happen in this sense. He just got really strong cheeks. Wait, so are you saying that like so like the ball is like this thing, right? So it's like a big, so it has to be full, I want to say it's like paper mache type thing. It's like a paper mache, right? And if there was any way that Mustang was going to be able to hold on to this, because like what he wears in the front, that it's like I said, there's no harness for it. So it could be one of those things where like maybe this is like attached to like a pole here, and then Mustang's just got like the cheeks that like hold on to it like in between. Oh, I need this to be white. Like that. Sorry, he's got like... Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so maybe he's holding onto it like that. Cause look, Mustang definitely looks like he works out. That guy's got a fit body. I wouldn't be surprised that he has some really, really strong glutes. Good old cheek clenchers. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why he's just so shredded all the time, because he's just clenching, holding that thing. Now, my next question though is, on top of the freaking floofy ball that he also has this other thing that's like back behind there too. Like the little clover looking thing. How is that staying up? That I want to know. He's got two things back there. It's not all paper mache. Oh no. I don't know how he's doing it. He's holding on to that pretty well. The butt angle again. I don't know any other way. Mans is clenching something. Okay, so let me put Anise over there. Okay. Alright, so for the Anise arc, which surprisingly I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bored of Anise's arc. It's not something that I thought was, well, it's not done yet, right? We're not done with it, but maybe it's just a little bit slow to the lead up, but if they don't do something spectacular with this and it's very predictable, I'm gonna be kind of sad. Because right now I'm more invested in Neon's story of what's going on, and Anise's story just does not seem very interesting at all. Them two seem stronger than Lilywise. But sorry, but online Rune is just so petty compared to the other issues in the NIKKE universe. Where's, in regards to what? Oh, Anisa's story. Oh, the online rudeness stuff. Yeah, I think the only thing that I found interesting about her story was maybe like Pretty and finding out about like what happened to Pretty, but other than that, like I'm just kind of like, okay. There's nothing really like exciting that's happening with her story arc in the last two chapters, 39 and 40. 39 and 40, I feel like Anisa's story is just freaking flopped. Like I am not invested at all. And people are saying bad things about me on the internet. Like, don't get me wrong, like we had like a discussion about it. I think, did we have like a full thing about it? Maybe it was in chapter 40. Yeah, chapter 40, like we talked about it and it was like, yes, it's shitty that, you know, going on the internet is bad, but I didn't think it warranted needing to be like its own section in the chapter. But like I said, I'm more invested in Neon, and I don't know if they're going to turn Anisa's story around. I have no idea. But I'm a little disappointed with her story. If they have some sort of, they just surprise us out of nowhere with something, but great. But like I said, I feel like a lot of it's very like predictable. I did like this take. It is a personal story for Anise. Trauma is not a competition. I feel like if Anise wasn't Anise, no one would care about it. Considering everything Anise has been through, people who mean nothing and she has never met, seems like it's not that big of a deal. Well, the reason why that I say it's relatable and why we had our discussion in chapter 40 is because like people that are chronically online, like, and I'm just saying this especially for me, like from like a streaming aspect, like people that I don't know are of course going to make comments all the time about stuff. And for some people, it can be relatable, and some people, it's not going to be relatable. But at the end of the day, I just don't think compared to everything else that is going on, like, it just, it's not as, like, it's bad to say exciting, but like I said, the only thing that seemed very engaging with her story is the lore about Pretty that they kind of dropped on us and then kind of just like, okay, that happened type thing. It's supposed to be her overcoming her trauma. I would hold it a little more weight if we knew more backstory, but consider other arcs. Well, that's what I mean. It's like we barely scratched the surface where like we repeatedly like are getting told that she was like a rising pop star with her group TT Star. They never really made it mainstream. And of course, you know, people on the internet were, you know, attacking her, but then also being positive too. So I don't know if they're gonna go more into TT Star or not, or if this is all that we're gonna get, but it just, I still understand the whole point of showing the trauma that she's going to or going through, but it, like you said, it doesn't hold a lot of weight because at the same time, I feel like we're not getting a lot. We're only getting how she needs to set up for her farewell concert. And she's like interacting with people to get stuff for her farewell concert, and then like, that's it. There's nothing really behind that. And it's just like, oh, okay. So she's getting a farewell concert. She's not doing a good job of getting it together. And then she's on the internet doom scrolling, and we overcome the trauma of the doom scrolling. And then it's just like, that's it? I want to see the reason why Anise is Mustang's favorite. The build-up is there, but Shift Up has to make their move on her story soon, or else it'll just drag on too much. I hope there is more to her backstory than the general summary. That's what I'm saying. I really do hope they give us more. Because this scratching the surface, it's not making me invested in her story at all. I'm expecting a lot more for Anise. This will be more of a callback moment that will hit much harder when we get everything. And I hope so. That is the Shift Up prove me wrong moment, like that I'm waiting for, right? I'm waiting for that. But in the last 2 chapters, and then even before that, it was like, what, 38? Wait, when did she leave? Was it 36, 37? What chapter did she actually leave the counters when they were up on the surface? 34? Right after Rappi? They still haven't even told us why her group broke up as well. Yeah, that's what I was saying. They haven't really like done anything. We're at the start of 35. So it's been a hot minute is the thing, right? It's been a hot minute. And it just seems like, again, kind of like with the 4B situation, that it's just like, it's kind of just going, and it's like, where is this going? I feel like it would have been a good side story to do, but oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, the biggest issue right now, dragging stuff out until they want to drop the banner. Yeah, that is kind of unfortunate. That is kind of unfortunate. I know that they want to line things up. If you want to line things up, that's fine. But again, I feel like all of this stuff could have been put in a side story, yeah. A side story would have been fine on release of her banner, and this all could have been done together. But at the same time, I also feel like these intermission stories with Neon and Anise have been more of a bulk of what's going on in these last 2 chapters than anything. Like, sure, we got some stuff about, you know, what's going on the surface, right? But that was so short-lived. And then it was like straight into Neon and Anise's thing that took like even more time to go through. The same issue with Levi and her stubbornness is dragging on for a while. I'm pretty sure I straight up said in chapter 40 that Leviathan is just straight up annoying. I am not a fan of her character anymore. I'm not a fan. Like she now is becoming so indecisive. Like it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I don't even know. I don't think anybody knows. And it's just kind of hard to follow because it's like, I definitely don't like her. It's like, I want to like the other 4 beasts. We still haven't met the other 4, the 4th one. She spurned the counters too many times and any sane person would give up now. Right, and it's like, well, we just want to talk to her. It's like, well, we tried that. And it's like, well, we need to talk to her again. And it's like, but she doesn't want to talk. It's like, but we need to talk to her. And it's like, like, just... I'm over talking to her because she doesn't want to. She can't even make up her mind on whether she wants to talk to us or not. Hello, Lynn. Hello, hello. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm so frustrated with the 4 beasts because it's like, they were cool when we first met them in the Crystal region and we were like, oh wow, they're like new heretics-ish, right? And but at the same time, they want to go after the heretics and it's like, oh cool, who are they? But then it's like, now I'm just like, what are we doing? Also, were the commanders being so soft on her when he talked so tough in the Crystal region? I'm telling you, and I will stand by this, Commander in the Crystal region pissed me off. Because he was so power hungry that he was making very rash decisions, very hasty decisions, all because he was trying to get power. And a lot of stupid stuff happened because of him. Now, all of a sudden, our priorities and our missions have shifted to focus on the 4 beasts. And again, I've made this comment before, I feel like we totally forgot about what our true mission was to try to get Marion back. We gotta make Levi stall until we add Siren to main story. Keep delaying, guys. Levi reminds me of my nieces and nephews being immature and indecisive, so it doesn't affect me as much, but I get how some don't have the patience for it. Yeah, I definitely don't. I definitely don't have the patience for it. Be our friends, be our friends. Hi, Audie, how you doing? Hello, hello. Da, da, da. But yeah, that is my whole gripe is maybe I just need to wait to see what Shift Up is cooking when it comes to Anise, when it comes to the 4 beasts. Right? But I'm at this point where it's just like, I don't know what direction they're going. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. And then, like, even with, like, all of this stuff, too, right? All of these things, they left us on red. They absolutely left us on red. And I'm like, when are we gonna tie these things up? When are we gonna tie these together? The problem is Leviathan is an adult and revealed by the side story a murderer, yet we're babying her. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Madek, how you doing? How's mind mapping? It's good, it's good. We got through chapter 39 on the surface stuff. We did Neon's thing, and now we're gonna draw up Anisa's stuff. Let me see. Let me minimize that. So we're making some progress, and then we gotta jump over to chapter 40 and do that too. When Siren and Cindy meet her, they're going to act like the most disappointed parents in existence to her. I don't think Siren will, though. I think Siren will be like, oh no, it's fine. You're fine. You didn't mean to. It's okay. Like, knowing Siren, though. Siren's like, she didn't mean to. She's innocent. She just didn't know better. It really feels like Shift Up is stalling for time, stretching out the story until they can come up with a good plot. I hope I'm wrong, but it does worry me. But my thing is that they straight up said that they already have like a 20-year plan for NIKKE when it comes to like story. So I don't think that the plot is gonna be an issue. I think it's just the way that they're executing it. Like, a lot of these things I feel like could be condensed. I feel like a lot of these things could be made into side stories, right? Like I said, this whole section for like Anise and maybe even Neon. Well, maybe not Neon's. Neon's I feel like could be like added in as the intermission stuff. But definitely Anise's. Like, I feel like hers could 100% be a side story. And you know what that means? That means you can add more into the actual chapters, right? Add more into the actual chapters. At this point, I feel like chapter 39 and 40 on the surface part could have been put together to make it into an actual chapter. Because I made the comment that chapter 39 was kind of short, and I was like, why is it so short? Oh, it's because we had all of this extra stuff in between that made it significantly longer. But I Yeah, I don't know. Current story seems very ambitious with all the moving parts. I hope the payoff is worth it. Hi, Colmy! I'm gonna keep it on in the background. My eyes are still burning. Oh yeah, please rest your eyes. Rest your eyes. Not as offense. It's split up, makes things very short, but at least it's not like in 37 and 38. Yeah, 37, 38 was a train wreck. I did not like how they did it, where it was like surface, Anise, surface, neon, surface, Anise, and it was like, bro. Whaley's cute as you like my Whaley? Hell yeah. But most of the time, the main plot points are there. Just the middle ground connections are a bit filler at the moment as time goes on and things change too. Yeah. Yeah, in gacha games, everything is done as many months in advance. Yeah, they've already said that they're working on 3.5 anniversary stuff, and it's August right now. So like, they have things planned out, right? And like I said, they have their quote unquote 20-year plan, but I just think that the execution of it is a little off. It could be better. I don't want to spoil myself, so I'm not going to say, but wanted to say have a good stream. All good, Jordax! Yeah, don't spoil, don't spoil. But thank you for popping in. So, yeah, I'm not concerned where the plot is gonna go with the story. I just hope they can just write this out a little bit better when it comes to releasing it in the game. Okay. Let's see. We got a niece here. Oh, it's not blonde. Why does it do that? Oh, dude, paint is acting up today. Actually, this is like more gray, isn't it? And she's got like yellow on her jacket, but okay. Okay, so Anise is practicing, but she runs into noise and volume? Yeah, noise. Because noise, this was Noise's practice room, right? Da 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 da. And she's got like the long... Da, 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 da. Okay. Okay, so she's using Noise's practice room. Da, da, da. How do I draw a practice room? Okay, I'm drawing that as Anise is using her practice room. Let's see. She's got like there. Practice. Okay, and then she was asking, what was volume giving her? I think she was asking around for like the composer, the producer. Yo, ladies. Check if you need anything. Definitely gonna have to draw volume on here. Volume definitely has the big bobs too. Do, do, do. Oh, hers are black. Like, she straight up is just wearing, like, a bikini top, but, like, it has the mesh underneath. Da-da. Add a little pink in there, too. It's not really red, and it's not really pink. And she's got like the sunnies on. Okay. Fiona, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. And she got them thick thighs. She does. I don't want to draw them. I can't draw her sitting down though. We gotta keep it. We gotta keep it simple. We gotta keep it simple as possible. I'd love to try to go into a more detailed version of volume. Let's see. Okay, then noise and freaking volume go into a pissing contest about whose team is better. Oh, and then Mustang shows up on their freaking blah blahs. And hold on. She's gonna do producer. Composer. Lyricist, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Hello? There we go. And then Mr. Mustang. Mr. Fabulous. Let me see. We've already drawn how he is holding up his freaking disco ball pom-pom thing. Da-dum. He's also got the sunnies on too. But then he also, that's what I mean, he has like the disco ball thing, but then he also has like a whole nother thing behind him too. He's got like this little, I don't even know what this thing is. Maybe I'll erase this one. Okay. Mustang says none. In the blah blah. Oh, actually. Blah blah. There we go. Straight up, no. It's like a peacock thing, but made out of like stage lights. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to figure out how he has the pom-pom, like the disco ball thing, and he has like the peacock thing. But like, he doesn't wear a harness or anything to hold them up. That's why we were drawing it earlier. Maybe he was just using his super freaking clenched butt cheeks to like hold them together. And like on a stick or something. And he's just really clenching, and that's how he's able to hold it up. That's why that man's so toned. He's plugged up? Nah, I think it's because he's got it clenched. He's got it clenched, so that's why his glutes are just freaking, they're strong. Never skips leg day. He never skips glute day. That's what that is. He never skips glute day. Ba-ba-bum. Let's see. Sending our teams out is off the table, but everything else is fine. Okay, so he said no to the teams. I kind of want to put that because they still end up helping. Arya comes in and was like, well, if no teams, I can still book the venue for you. Let's see. Then Arya. Venue that can seat what, like 5,000 people, right? Plus 5,000 people. Oh yeah, the Archean Hall. Okay, so she can still at least use the practice room. She now has access to the venue. I don't think Volume can do anything anymore because they can't use their teams. Venue, 5,000 people. Okay, cool. And then Noise also talks about how there were a lot of people that were like talking positively about her. Being on that the news and showing up like that definitely caught a lot of eyes. You should see what people are saying. Took a quick peep and people are saying loads of positive things about you. Okay. So let me draw. It's going to draw Noise. Get a little blue up in there, so we kind of just get that. And then she says, people love anise. Okay. Alright, so that is our first line for Anissa's thing. All the help that she can get. Okay, this is the part where she goes down into the doom scrolling. Alright, so let me draw this line here. I kind of want to draw like how her face is like in that picture, but like, I don't know, that's gonna look creepy. I'm gonna do such a horrible job. Dude, they did such a good job with that angle. That looks like a freaking chicken leg. What the heck? Uh-oh. Why is her hair so big? It's gonna be great. I believe in you. Dude, this is so bad. She's got like the wide eyes. Da-da. It's her hair! How do I fix her hair? Da-da. Maybe I tame this down a little bit. Oh, okay, that looks a little bit better. Here we go, I just gotta tame it down a little bit. Da-da. A little bit of color in there. Okay. I think that looks pretty good to what she looked like when she was doom scrolling. What do we think? Does that look... Does that look pretty good? I don't know. Dude, it's her hair. I can't get her hair though. I tried to capture the eyes. I think the eyes is like what I was really trying to go after. Da, 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 da. Maybe I should clean up if the mouth wasn't so big though. Oh no, now she looks like she's happy. No, we don't want a happy. No happy. There, okay. Reminds me of Limbus. Oh my god. Okay, so we have doom scrolling Anise. She's looking at her phone. Da 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 da. Let's see. I'm gonna put... Oh no. I'm gonna do something even worse. She's looking at Reddit. All the bad stuff in there. And switch to there. Not this shit again. Let me cut that out. Because I kind of want to draw it so that it's like a... Okay. So she's scrolling through Reddit and we're just saying that she... let's see. Let's put things like... Idiot. She's bad. What else did they say? Da-da-da. They said a lot of nasty stuff. Da-da-da. Oh, this comment though. She can stay dead on the surface for all I care. Oh my god, that one was actually so bad. Da-da-da-da. Is there... Yeah, the one where she's like, it stayed dead on the surface. Oh, that was horrible. Da-da-da-da. Let's do stay dead. Yeah, that one was a little, that one hit, that one hurt. I was like, holy crap. Da, da, da. Yeah, and then she gets sick. Stay dead. Who? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is the part where she like throws up, but she also like passes out too, because that's when Avistar finds her, right? So let's do... wait. Let me do... blah 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 blah. Oh god, I don't know what that is coming out of her mouth. It was supposed to be like projectile vomit, but that's also like sure. Yeah, that's close enough. Yeah, that's close enough. Projectile vomit. Yep. And then she passes out. Oh no, that's not what I want. I want the other way. Da, da, da. Okay. Slime? Oh god, is this the slime collab? What are we like here? Okay, so then she wakes up in a hospital. I kind of want to move this one up a little bit. It took 5 security guards to carry you. Okay. Let's draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm making her look like she's some like giant, but there. That's 5 security guards had to carry her over to the Fully recommend to pick up a single NIKKE. They're not strong. They're not strong. Hello, Ruby. Let's take her over to there. The hospital. Okay. Commander doing it on his own? I know, he's freaking... Because he's yoked like that, though. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. This is where she wakes up and she sees Avistar. Avistar is going to be interesting to draw because she's got a lot of stuff on her. So let's see. Avistar's got the double Princess Leia, like, pigtails. But she also has hair coming out of them. She's got her big old hat on, too. Yeah, she's got, like, a lot. And she also has the shades on too. That's our little Avistar. And she's got like little red ribbon here. And then like there as well, and she's got like a little one there. And then she's got a whole bunch of stuff. She got a whole bunch of stuff. Let me just take it out there. Perfect. I think that's perfect. So I always like to draw them initially like pretty detailed, but then they immediately get Let's see, she's got like the big old jacket. Da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Excellent. And she's got like the red on the bottom here. Da, 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 da. All right, cool. That is our little Avistar. Beautiful. Okay, so we see Avistar with Anise. Do do do. And then she kind of was just like sitting there asking for her phone. Phone! No. Da, 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 da. I know, it's like the sideways, that sideways freaking face. Da, da, da. Alright, then after she gets like better and gets up out of the thing, she goes to talk to Mustang though. Oh god. Okay. Da, da, da. So then let's draw Anise going and talking to Mustang. I love the volume of the most. Da, da, da. So he's got like his little ball there. Okay. I keep forgetting that Anise needs to have her bobs too. She's got the big bobs. We can't deny her bobs. Da, 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 da. And Anise is straight up like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the reason why. I'm gonna freaking get copyright strike because of that. Da, da, da. Okay. Nothing. We were nothing more than playthings to the art. Okay. So this is where we kind of get into the pretty lore. Which is why there were a lot of theories. There are a lot of theories that I have about this whole pretty lore thing. Because Mustang had said, and I don't know if this was him just trying to cheer Anise up, but when Anise was like, we were nothing but playthings, Mustang was like, no, you were a star back then and you are now. Now, I don't know if that was just him trying to make Anise feel better, or if at some point in time, Anise might have actually been pretty. And that maybe that there was some sort of like mind switch or something that happened that she no longer was pretty. And that maybe that they used her like old body to like make the dress because he even said that it was tailored fit for her. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that you can kind of that we can kind of pull from this. I don't know, because then he also says that one day, if you decide to stop being a pop star and defend the arc just as Pretty did, I will give you the expansive armament star. Was Pretty a human or a NIKKE? She was a NIKKE. Probably Snow White had a mind switch, but Rapunzel reminded her of her old memories. From how they framed in the story, Pretty was a whole different person. We know how showbiz has pulled off full transformations with names and stuff. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be some sort of like undertone, or if like maybe at one point in time, like Anise actually was like Pretty. But I feel like that's a weird connection though. Like I feel like that's kind of a stretch. But like I said, the way that he had mentioned that like he had framed the armament so that it was tailored for Anise, I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Leaves implications for Mind Switch, but definitely a weird stretch. Yeah, that's why I was like, that it seems like it's kind of like a reach. It's kind of like a reach. Okay, I kind of want to draw like this mannequin body thing. And then the dress that was on it. It's very like geometric, so it's got like this line here, and then this that goes here, this little jagged piece that's there, and then it's like triangles all over the place. And then we got like little triangles here, little triangles there. Something like that. Okay. I'm also going to put this as star. He calls it the expansive. Armament. Okay. Can't wait for any sparkling star to wear that. She's gonna look pretty in it. She's gonna look very, very pretty in it. But maybe the stars are the ones we made along the way. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, condition for handing over the weapon remains unchanged. You have to complete the concert. So she's like, okay, she's like, I don't want to be a star. I just want to help the counters. She's like, I don't want to do this freaking stupid concert. And he's very cryptic with it too. He was just like, no, that's not what you want to do. That's not who you are. And she's like, I don't know what that means. Let me take this. I'm going to draw Anise. Here. Her saying no. She doesn't want that. She only wants to do it for... Or she only wants to get stronger for the counters. She doesn't want to do anything for the sake of the arc. basically. Da, 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 da. Bow, bow, bow. Okay. Okay, and then that whole last section on the end of Anissa's story arc was basically Avistar talking about her friend. And she was like, oh yeah, so my friend, big fan of TT Star, you know, tried to help them out, tried to, you know, make videos and stuff, but it actually like made it worse type thing. Let me see, what'd you say? Da, da, da. Cast your light on those you care for and who treat you kindly. Da, da, da. I wish there was a faster way. Oh yeah, Gavistar has purple eyes too. I could put that in there. Oh, that's right. We learned about Avistar's background too. That she basically ended her own life, but she like left a note saying that she wanted to be turned into a NIKKE. So that was a little bit of Avistar background. So let's see. Da, 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 da. Yeah, the guilt got to her. Da, da, da. Okay, so Avistar had this friend that was big fan. Da, 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 da. Did TT Star have 2 R's or did it have 1? I don't remember. Where is it? Da, 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 da. Dude, YouTube scroll option, or maybe my internet is just bad, but like I can't freaking scroll fast. Da, 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 da. It's got 2? Okay, TT Star. 2 because it's cute. Okay, so friend. Big fan. Okay, I'm gonna do this too. Big fan. Okay. Da, 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 da. When the truth came out, we realized a misunderstanding. She made a video to clear up. Using voice synthesis, she fabricated statements the pop star never said and created a video in her voice. Ah, so she used freaking like AI. Boo! So she used AI. She like deep faked a video. Da 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 da. TT Star. How do I draw that? Big fan of TT Star. Let me draw. How to draw AI? Yeah, I was like, how the fuck do I do? She misused AI, got turned into a cyborg. It's basically that's gonna be some kind of something. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to draw her using the video of like the AI to help with the TT star accusations, but like, no, I'm not posting an AI image on my map. Da, da, da. Let's see. She used AI for oh, aren't those like bigger? Oh my god, what am I drawing? Da, da, da. It's supposed to be like one of those like old school like video. I don't even know. Is that what they look like? For a video? Do you guys know what I'm trying to draw here? Like those cameras that they use that have like the film that's like on top of the thing. No, not a camcorder, like the old film camera ones. Oh my god. Let's see. Film cameras. Theater. Movies. Oh, those one. Oh, they have a bigger thing. Oh. Okay, wait. Okay, that's why it looked weird. Hold on. It's because it's supposed to look more like this. Because it's got like the big thing at the end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, and the film things are supposed to be connected though. Isla, how you doing? That's not a camera, it's like a projector. No, it's a camera. It's a cinematic camera. What they film movies with. That's not a projector. This is a camera. It's not a projector. Bro, it's a fucking camera. That's not a projector. That's what they use to film movies. That's not a projector. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, cinema cameras, that's what they're called. How old is Strima if this is a camera? Whatever. The one with the film though, this is different because look, they had all of the stuff. They had all of the freaking cameras and stuff here, right? That's different. They just don't got the film thing on top of it. But the film cameras, this thing right here, look, for the movies. But why use film camera easier to edit digital footage? That's besides the point. This is more of a depiction. You guys are being too literal for a freaking mind map. Just about to sleep, just want to stop by and say hello. We'll get the good sleep. As streamer, we use phones as cameras now. Some of these freaking phones, man, their image quality is crap. Is absolute crap. I don't know how people can even film anything with these phones. We're in 2025, and the video quality of some of these phones are absolute poop. Beep beep beep. Oh yeah, she used AI for a video. More booze. She got more booze out of it. Let me see. Let me do red. Boo! And then poor Avistar. Do-do-do-do. Poor RV Star did not survive. Phone quality is ass when you don't know how to modify stuff. It's so bad. Every time going to settings and having to figure stuff out. In most places when people upload, don't they get compressed? You can change that. Girls carry a 20-pound camera to a concert. I'll come back next time I see you. Have a wonderful time in community. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thanks for popping in. So Avistar, she perishes because she but then she becomes a NIKKE. Move that over. Bling. Okay. And I think that's the end of that chapter 39. Chapter 39, like, arc. Pretty much. We got Neon's story, we got Anissa's story. A little bit of Avistar's backstory. Oh, I accidentally put chapter 38. I meant to say this is chapter 39. Save as chapter 39. There we go. Okay. All right. So, oh my gosh. In regards to chapter 39, like I said, I felt like Anissa's story section maybe not as engaging as some of the other things that happened. It did, you know, shed some light on things about Pretty. Oh, I forgot to put that this was made of Pretty. Made from Pretty, which we don't really know what that means besides, like, did we just, like, recycle her body and then just turn her into a dress type thing? I mean, it says it's an armament, so it is some sort of costume weapon type thing. But I think that's really the only thing that was kind of interesting out of Anissa's in chapter 39. I'm guessing her core so that she can be, like, over spec. Which is... I'm kind of curious, though, because we kind of talked about this after the Absolute event part 1. I still have to do Absolute event part 2 and hard mode. We're doing that tomorrow. But the thing is that if it's made out of her core, this would be a different way of implementing dual cores. Because so far we've seen that dual cores were more of an internal thing. They were inside of the body. Not Anise. Rappi with, like, Mihara. Also, when Ziz found Rappi's old body too, that's another thing too. It's like, what the fuck are we doing with that? So, like, Talos, but it's wearable. True, it was more like a plug and play type of thing. It was like a plug and play. This one, I'm curious if it's going to be the similar type of thing where it's like not really like a plug and play, but there's like some like Bluetooth compatibility that, like, when you put on the arm or use the armament, like, it'll sync up with your core type thing, which is kind of like why I would, like I said, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. Why I was thinking that at one point in time, Anise might have been Pretty with the mind switch, because then the compatibility of the cores would be a lot higher. But like I said, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. Overspec implies tech unknown, not from Arc as well, so unless Pretty was something crazy different, then I don't know about Overspec. Well, the thing is that, like, we don't know what the armament is made out of besides Pretty. We don't know what other things have gone into it, experiment, like, wise, that could make it so that it could become Overspec. Doesn't Overspec mean the fusion of two cores? Well, that's what I mean. Is like, if it's made out of Pretty's core, and Anise is going to use it, is that a fusion of cores? This is the speculation that the armament is made out of Pretty's core. Like, we don't know. We don't know if it's actually made out of her core. We don't know if it's her recycled body parts. Like, we don't know. We don't know what the dress is made out of. But if it were the case where the armament is made out of the cores, though, would Anise putting on the dress be the same thing as, like, a fusion of cores? But instead, they're not really, like, fused together type thing? Miara became an actual overspec when the fusion happened, and Rappi was in the black goo when probably the cores fused. Yeah. But that's why I'm trying to think if it was more like Talos, though. Because Talos wasn't really like a fusion. It was more of like a plug and play. But that doesn't make Kilo and Talos an overspec, though. So, like, I don't know what they're doing with the armament in this case. The technology from Surface are unknown. Yeah. Possibly could be a symbiosis of some sort, but it comes into question the origins of the dress and Pretty. Yeah, that's like the biggest question mark. The biggest question mark out of this equation is Pretty. And Pretty making up the armament type thing. So for what reason would Pretty be made into a dress in the first place? We don't know. That's what I mean. That whole thing with Pretty is just a big unknown. The fact that Mustang said that this dress was tailor-made for Anise is like a huge question. It's a huge question mark because I'm like, what does that mean? Like, did you know that, like, this was gonna be made for Anise so that in the future, like, she can use this? Like, that's what I mean. Everything that's surrounding the dress and Pretty is a big unknown. Rappi's was more deep stuff finally occurring internally after a mental breakthrough. And Talos was beta overspec, anything to push Talos' agenda. We do have a certain MMR person in the arc that can supply the unknown. True. True. That's what I mean. Whatever happened to Pretty and what they did to Pretty to make her into this dress. Not sure. Not sure. Like, imagine if the star armament was like number 8. Like, Commander was number 7. Imagine if, like, Pretty was like number 8. Or like some other number further down the line. You know, like what if that was like an experiment to see if they could turn NIKKEs and their cores into an armament, right? If the dominant core will consume the other core if successful, that's why Mihara and Rappi now they have like one core. I mean, they still kind of have like 2. There's no way, wouldn't Pretty be older than the Commander, though? It all depends on when they started the experiment. We don't know. This, like I said, this is all speculation. We don't know. That's why it sounds like Raptor talk. That's why Red Hood is gone. Well, yes, Red Hood is gone. They did fuse though, said in the story. The fusion was forced and it worked. Number 8, Kaiju number 8 collab confirmed. They still have dual cores, they just have to be in the complete equilibrium or else it'll destroy itself from the inside out. Well, that's what I was saying, like they still have like the dual cores even though there is like the fusion. Not like I think in a way we're maybe thinking about it like 2 literally, but there still is like 2. Getting a little more vibes with all the random stuff being numbers. Here, let me pull up where did I have Is it Unbreakable Sphere? Oh, here. Woo! Where'd it go? I didn't mean to make it that big. Oh, okay. So yeah, here. So in the Unbreakable Sphere, we kind of like went into a little bit of like sphere or like core lore. We got the core lore. Okay, so this is what the interpretation was when it came for like the cores, right? They had talked about how like the NIKKEs have like this barrier that's around their core, right? So using the core dust, which is just basically crushed up rapture cores, is, you know, in a way what they're using to get like leveled up, and they technically are using just rapture parts to get stronger. But in like Mihara, with like the fusion of like the two, this is the way that I had depicted it, but I don't know if this is, because this is my interpretation of fusion, is that they are now just like in tandem working together. They're not just like one anymore. Same thing with like Rappi. Rappi like has hers, and then there's like Red Hoods, but they are now like in this big circle of like a core, but they're still kind of like their own like entity type thing. The Jian gave a black box that's like heretic origin. I don't know if the black box is heretic origin, because I know that they used black boxes like everywhere as a means of just like transporting stuff. So I don't know if it's specifically heretic origin. But I know that the one that was for Mihara was the one, like this one here, was the one that was like housing the core. That GN was like, oh hey Mana, you should like give this and put this inside of Mihara. And she was like, oh okay. Hi Sub, how you doing? So I guess the Rapture and NIKKE cores destroy each other normally, but when Deep's tech comes into play, it overrides the destruction, so the actual fusion can come into place. Black box could be a moniker for something secret too. Yeah, I've always assumed that black box was something that like you could use to put in so that no one could know what was in it. Like you can't use like any supervision and look through it or something. Maybe just a housing. Yeah, just something that kind of like housed things, but like it prevented. So here's the thing, right? The black box, right? What was it? The black box was used by Mori as well, because the thing that Mori used was a call for raptures. But then there was a black box that was also for Mihara that we assumed had the core for her to do her fusion. So like black boxes can be used for a number of things. And it could house different things. It could just be something so that you can keep your privacy, secrecy, whatever. So yeah, there are different uses for the black boxes. But yeah, from my understanding, I don't know if it's correct or not. But the way that I had depicted it was that you have the NIKKE core, you have whatever secondary core it is, whether it's a Rapture, whether it's another NIKKE, like Red Hood, for instance, and that when they fused, it didn't become like one core per se. It just became like two of the cores becoming like an entity within each other type thing. So like, like I said, my interpretation of it is this. This could be completely wrong. This could be so that they like become one core, like actually, but the way that I had interpreted it was that like they still are kind of like their own thing, because at one point they said that the Rapture cores, didn't they say with Mihara with the Rapture core, or with was it the Rapture core? No, I think that was more Uni. I don't remember if they said anything about the Rapture core being able to overtake the other one, They can overpower and consume each other. Yeah, okay. So that's why I was saying that they are basically still two of their own entities, because NIKKEs have like their barrier around their core. There's gonna be the secondary core that's in there, but they have to synergize together and basically could just kind of like exist together in harmony. But they are kind of like in like this with it, whatever this black circle is, that it's kind of like its own membrane of a core. So that's why I was like, I don't think they actually fuse into one. There's still two, but they still kind of like synergize opposing equilibriums. Yes. So yeah, that's kind of how I viewed it. So that's why I was thinking with Pretty, if her dress was made out of her core and her body parts, like all that type of stuff, I don't know if it would be an overspec. Maybe there's more to it that we don't know. Like I said, her dress is a big question mark. Big question mark. We don't know how they made Pretty into the dress, what components are made up of it, whether it's her whole body, just the core. I don't know, did the nymphs get freaking crushed up in there too? We don't know. We have no idea. We have no idea. But all we know is that this was made from Pretty, whatever that entails. If there was a way for Anise to use or utilize whatever like core dust to maybe activate and fuse with her core, I don't know. They did say that Red Hood's core is gone, but there is something inside Robbie's core that they don't know. Right, which is, it still leads me to this. Because I think that Robbie's core just might be like the bigger core, but Red Hood's isn't actually like gone. Because it kind of makes me think about when Ziz found Anise's old body and it still had two cores in there. Granted, this was before any type of like fusion or whatever. Like, it still makes me think that there is an entity in there, but it might not be like as big, and Robbie's core might not be strong enough to actually take over it, which is why like this membrane here is what I'm thinking is anyone that's looking at Robbie's core is seeing this external thing, but they're not able to see internally like this stuff. These two guys here. So like, I don't know. Like I said, we all spitballing. I would feel bad for Pretty if Anise's core had to go to war with Pretty's core for control of the body. Ooh. Regardless, it's still inside her in a way, so unless Anise has some sort of spiritual fusion, then who knows how Anise will upgrade herself. That's what I mean. This is gonna be an interesting one, because I don't know what type of fusion, because this is gonna be a whole new... Oh, hold on, do I have the... Oh yeah, we have the core lore here. This is what we were doing at the end of the Absolutes event. The core lore of like, how do different cores fuse with each other? We have fusion, we have the eating of cores, which we witnessed during Absolute event part 1. We have the plug and play, which is like Talos, and then we have the insert. This one, I don't know, we kind of like left that one there where it's like Mihara was like inserted with the core, but it remains dormant until it becomes a fusion state, which is why we have this arrow here. So yeah. So like how the pericardium surrounds the heart. Yes, there's like that membrane, yeah. So that's why it kind of goes back to when we were doing core lore of like, how are the different cores able to fuse? How are they able to do things? Because clearly, Doggo over here eating the core of another Doggo and then becoming a freaking unicorn. Serious mutation there, right? But he ate the core. So it's like, how does that work? Does that like, is that the same thing as fusion? Like, you literally ate the core. Does the eating become fusion? I don't know. Oh no. So like, that's another thing that's like very mysterious, is like, what are the different ways that you can like absorb cores at this point? Ate the core and became the literal alpha as well. Yeah, they had the same origin. In regards to which part? Body morphing happened in real time after the consumption. Yeah, and that's why we were saying like Indivilia and I think it was like Chatterbox too, like eating. The thing about them is that like they were eating raptures, but it's like, were they eating parts of them or were they eating the entire rapture and their core as well? Because it makes me think that like with Indivilia, she ate things so that she wasn't material H anymore. So that she actually became like Indivilia. The dress really makes think that are trying to turn Anise into something like a magical girl while she'll just transform and gain powers, but that's just silly, right? She's Anise magical girl. Would they do that? I don't know. Indy was eating a nymph specifically too. Hi Luffy, so much. How you doing? We're drawing mind map stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of curious with like how different entities are able to consume, fuse, use cores, use all sorts of things to kind of change and like mutate. Because we're seeing it all over the place. We're seeing it with the doggos. We've seen it with heretics. We're seeing it with NIKKEs. We're seeing it, but they're all taking like different shapes and different forms and different abilities. So it's like, yeah, I am kind of curious. I am kind of curious. Yeah, I don't know. Chapter 39 got. That's why I said I think with Anisa's thing, like the biggest question mark and the biggest question is her dress that she's supposed to get. Chatterbox with Nihilister is also a case of that. Yes. Yeah, when actually wasn't it both of them? Chatterbox and who else? It was somebody else that ate Nihilister. And, oh yeah, Indivilia too. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, there was somebody else too. Yeah, and Indivilia both. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So, but the thing is that like they ate her, but they didn't eat like her core, right? So then it's like, is that more of a mutation? Is because that's not core fusing, right? They didn't take any part of her core and they were just like, nom nom, we're gonna turn into something else. Like, they just took parts of her and ate her and then nommed on it. And what's confusing me is that why did Chatterbox transform while Indy didn't? Maybe it was because Indy had already transformed from Material H? I don't know. Maybe she already is in her final form. Cheddarhead isn't a heretic. So we're saying that Chatterbox not being a heretic and him eating another part of a heretic is what caused the transformation, but because Indy already is a heretic, so a heretic to heretic doesn't cause transformations. I just popped in for alert gate, but it's still very fitting for you to do Big Brain Theory sub. Thank you, Radiant Gate, thank you! So that implies that only non-heretics absorb heretics. Chatterbox origin is still a mystery as well with theories. That's true, that's another thing. We don't know Chatterbox history, like, at all. He just exists. Is the Healer's still alive, so we know her core wasn't devoured. That's what I'm getting at. They didn't eat her core, right? They just ate parts of her. But I'm wondering if it was because, like, for Indivilia, it was more of just, like, a small health potion. And for, like, Chatterbox, it was, like, freaking an evolution stone. Like in Pokemon. Maybe it gave him a little bit more power or something. I have no idea. Chapter already said raptors had a natural ability to transform and evolve. Yes. But that was more towards, I think, Whaley though. Because that's what Reptilian was talking about with Whaley. Whaley was able to transform and evolve because they went on a vegetarian diet. And that, like, they didn't really have a need to attack humans. We'll see her again when we go to Eden. Okila used her core to directly power up Talos. Yeah, it would, but that's what we call, that's what we called the plug and play. We called that the plug and play for this one. They gave him like a firestone, like Eevee to Flareon. Yeah, that's what I said. They gave him like a freaking evolution stone. Not just, Jelly saw a new queen could make raptors turn into almost anything. Yeah, that's true. That's, yeah, Liberalia was scared of that. Then I wonder if Commander is part heretic? I don't know. I don't know what experiments they did on the Commander, right? Like, that we know that there's things that he has, but at the same time, could he be a heretic with Bob House? In his body? Would that make a difference? That moment was so cool though, going literally overdrive with Talos. We all use core dust, but it was specifically Rapture Core that becomes core dust, if I remember. Yeah, that was this right here. Core dust are Rapture Cores that they just minced up so that our Nikkes can level up. Yep, you are correct. You are correct. Could be the world's first successful fusion of human rapture, considering what we found out. True. Well, are you saying us, or are you saying like Chatterbox possibly? I feel like Chatterbox. Well, okay. The key word is successful, though. I don't know if Chatterbox is considered successful, but yeah, there's, I don't know. It could be Chatterbox. It could be Commander. Commander's not human, we know that for sure, but I think Commander as a whole knew itself along with its the number of experiments. Well, the thing is that he can still be human. He could just be a different type of human. We've already found out through chapter 39 here, right? When we found out about this new species. You know? Not human, not Nikke, not Rapture, but who's to say that he's still a human, but he's just like Wolverine or something. Wolverine is still in a way kind of like human, but he just got a lot of superpowers. He built different. Yeah, Wolverine wasn't like, he didn't come from Mars, or he wasn't, he went through experiments, right? But he's still human with just a lot of experimentation on him. So like, I would say that he's still kind of like human, but he's just got a lot of alterations. A lot of alterations. He built for it tough.